head to me.
Yeah, it looks like a chest cavity in the dark.
Yeah.
Probably should go down the bottom and come up, because this is probably what we're going to have to work right here.
A chilling call from locals in a remote stretch of Nevada's Burner Basin sends police racing to the scene only to uncover something so horrifying it would shock even the most seasoned officers. Police find a body showing signs of strangulation, launching a chilling investigation into a killer no one seems to know. As detectives sort through threats, suspects, and a mysterious vehicle, a mother reports her 16-year-old daughter missing, unaware the nightmare is only beginning.
Yep.
That's not good. Oh, that's a 1092. That's a body.
Yeah.
Get out. Looks like a girl's hand. Let's back out.
Brittany, a cheerful 16-year-old from Elko County, loved horses and dreamed of joining the Navy. After leaving band practice with trusted friend Bryce, she never returned. He claimed he dropped her at school to meet a stranger in a green F-150. By morning, she was reported missing.
Has she ever did this before?
No.
Ever done this before?
No. And even when she does...
With Bryce, the last known person to see Brittany alive, police move fast. They contact him and ask him to remain in the school parking lot, preparing to question him face-to-face about that night.
I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, no problem.
So, kind of run me through it so I can understand what's going on.
Alright, so Sunday, around 11.
With only a green Ford F-150 as their lead, deputies tracked Brittany's phone to remote Boyd Kennedy Road and rushed to search. As family and friends canvassed the area, Bryce made a strange comment, apologizing and fearing blame, raising quiet suspicions.
30, where did you guys go? I mean, you said you were with her for how long?
Dropped her off for 4:30, so that's three and a half hours.
I'm sure that you didn't drive around for 3.5 hours. That's a waste of gas.
No, I drove around for 3.5 hours.
That's all you did for 3.5 hours? That seems really odd that you just drive aimlessly around.
That's what I do almost every day. I was in my Chevy.
What's your Chevy?
It's a 93 Chevy 1500. Sorry, Silverado.
So you just drove around, you didn't stop anywhere?
No, we didn't stop at all. We literally just kept doing circles.
I just think it's kind of odd. I think you know more than what you're telling me.
I'm being honest. I mean, not in a bad way, but any of my friends you can ask, that's what we do most of the time is literally just drive around Spring Creek for hours.
Well, I'm thinking you know more about Brittany than what you're actually confident. I've been doing this for a long time, and I usually can smell somebody that's leaving out something. So what are you leaving out?
I'm not leaving out anything, sir.
Little sis is what you're referring to as?
Yeah, she's called me Big Brother since, like, my 8th grade year. The windows didn't look tinted at all to me.
Were they rolled down or were they up?
Up. It looked decently dirty, but just, like, about as much as that the truck is right there.
A typical truck that's...
Yeah, typical Spring Creek truck.
At this time of year, okay?
Yeah. Had a silver toolbox in the bed.
What time was that, you said?
I dropped her off right around 4:30.
As hours turned into panic, Alicia plastered the town with flyers and fielded nonstop tips. Then, 36 hours later, a chilling ransom text claimed Brittany was drugged and dying, demanding $7,000. Detectives traced the number just as locals made a horrifying discovery: Brittany's body.
Drag marks there. Actually, I'll just get you guys started on a statement so you don't have to linger around out here. How's that? Probably should go down the bottom and come up, because this is probably what we're going to have to work right here.
Oh, that's a 1092. That's a body.
Yeah.
Let's get out.
Yep.
I can see enough right now. Looks like a girl's hand. Let's back out.
I will. I'm going to get their vehicles out. We'll get the crime scene secured and call Stake. Let's go out.
Detective Stake arrived expecting to discuss ransom texts, but instead had to deliver devastating news before rushing to the crime scene.
I'll let you know that we have found the body.
I'm gonna pass out. Can you get me some help? Can you get me some help?
Yep, there's some people. Okay.
Help! Oh my God! Give me some help! We're out! We're out! We're out! We're out!
Back at the crime scene, detectives found blood pooled in the road, drag marks leading to Brittany's body beneath a blue tarp, and a puncture wound to her neck. Nearby were her keychain, earbuds, and a used condom. Her smashed iPhone was discovered half a mile away. The autopsy confirmed strangulation and assault. She fought back. Ransom texts were a scam. As police hunted a cowboy in a green F-150, surveillance footage suddenly shifted suspicion toward Bryce's blue Chevy.
83 Chevy 53. Sorry.
The footage showed his truck passing the entrance.
Surveillance footage revealed Bryce's truck driving toward Boyd Kennedy Road, the same area where Brittany was found. Detectives realized his story didn't add up. They called him back, claiming they needed phone data, but their real goal was to collect his DNA.
Here, all right. Like I said, you're not under arrest.
Okay.
At this point, you're not even really a suspect. Okay. But like I said, just because of the nature of the investigation, we got to make sure that we everything is super thorough. Okay. So I got a little bit of the story as to what your involvement was, but I'm not clear on a lot of things, and I'm just trying to do the best job that I can do. So hopefully you can
ask any question you would like.
Perfect, man. Thank you very much. First and foremost, you're how old?
I'm 18.
And what I'm getting at is, I mean, are you guys in any type of dating relationship at all?
No.
No. Okay. So you pick her up, and what were you driving at that time?
It was my 93 Chevy Silverado.
93 Chevy Silverado?
Yeah.
Okay. What color is that?
I'm slightly rough on the color, but I'm pretty sure it's like really dark blue, but it looks black.
Okay. All right. So darker color.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Did she say anything about anyone that she was having problems with, or any people that she was interested in, or anything like that?
We all knew she was talking to some guy that we think was in New York, but I mean, she'd been talking to him for a while.
Okay.
Besides that, and then, like I told everyone else, a lot of people had problems with Brittany, but nothing that we would see with this outcome.
Sure. And now's not the time to hold back words, man.
Yeah.
Did she have a bad reputation or something like that?
With a lot, because she used to get in a lot of fights, and a lot of people didn't like. Brittany was a very straightforward person.
Okay.
And a lot of people didn't like that because she was very blunt and honest.
Okay.
So a lot of people disliked her.
They just didn't like how forward she was, and she really didn't hold back, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Is it primarily females, or male and female?
Male and female.
Side, or how did that go down?
I dropped her off right here because I didn't know. I just pulled up to the high school because I didn't know where I was going, and then so I got right here, and then she grabbed her keys, gave me a hug, said "love you, bye," and then got out of the truck, and then. So I pulled it in reverse, started pulling out this way, and then she walked over to that F-150. The only thing I saw was a cowboy hat. That was it.
Okay, so you couldn't tell if he was tall, short, fat, skinny, anything like that?
The hat looked towards the top of the cab, so I said that, and they took it as tall. I'm like, that's why I kind of, after that last officer, not in a bad way, but I kind of just stopped saying stuff because it kept getting twisted around, and I kept hearing different versions of what I said.
Well, that's why I want clarification.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I just want to make sure.
No, but all I saw was a cowboy hat, and that was the only identifying mark that I could make.
Have you guys ever been into an intimate relationship?
No.
No? Nothing besides hugging and just no kissing, or no friends with benefits or nothing like that?
No.
So one of the things that we like to do, just to be thorough, man, to make sure that, like I said, we cross all the T's, dot all the I's. Is there any reason whatsoever, because obviously in these situations they go full bore, right? Is there any reason whatsoever that they would find your DNA on her or in her?
No, nothing. Besides maybe like this bag of hair or something on her jacket, there would be nothing else.
So no sexual relationship whatsoever?
No.
Okay.
Would you be willing to submit
Thank you.
A buckle swab just for your DNA?
What's a buckle swab?
So it's essentially just 2 Q-tips. You can do it yourself. They're a Q-tip about as long as this pin. You rub it on the inside of your cheek, and then you take the other one and rub the inside of the other cheek. We put it in a box. That way we have your DNA. It's suspected, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was some kind of sexual activity, what they're suspecting.
Okay.
Not saying that you were that person and you have no reason
No,
to have
I
your
understand.
DNA in there, but you were the last person that we know of that was with her when she was alive.
Yeah.
Basically, for you, it'd almost be like an elimination, you know, kind of like, hey, this isn't our due.
No, I have no problem.
Okay, man. Be right back with you, all right?
All right.
After collecting the samples, Bryce
Investigators waited. 4 days later, the lab results shattered everything. DNA from the used condom matched both Bryce and Brittany. Even more damning, his DNA was found on her neck and beneath her fingernails, proof she fought him. Armed with undeniable evidence, Detective Stake brought Bryce back in. This wasn't a routine interview anymore. It was a confrontation. The focus had shifted from gathering information to exposing the truth behind Brittany's final moments.
Brittany was my little sis. Like, I've known her since 7th or 8th grade. One of the closest people to me. Called her little sis for about the last 2.5, 3 years, but she called me big brother since probably about right after the first year that I met her. But a lot of people didn't like her for a lot of reasons, but she was very blunt and kept to who she was, even if a lot of people didn't like that.
If you could say something to Brittany, what would you say?
Easy, I love you.
Now, just out of curiosity, and we promise we won't tell your girlfriend, had you ever been intimate with...
I got that question the last 2 times. Brittany and I have never been intimate in any way. That's why my girlfriend was comfortable with her, is because she never flirted with me or anything like that.
Did you ever want to be?
No, not
never.
No, I never had that want or urge or anything. I literally saw Brittany as my little sister.
And is there any way that your DNA could be associated with this case in any way?
No.
Well, I'm kind of confused about a couple things. So round 1, you pick her up at Angel Park, and then you come into Boyd Kennedy Road entrance to the school at about what time again?
Around 4:30.
Around 4:30. Okay. So we got some surveillance footage from Angel Park. This is the camera, and I know, forgive me for the blurry photo a little bit because we cleaned it out. But down here is the time, and that was 15:20.
Yep. I don't know what time it is.
3:20.
Oh, okay.
2 hours military time.
Okay.
2 hours after you said. Yeah, so it's a little bit later than what you said, so I'm just kind of confused, and I want to clear that up with you a little bit. Because that's her walking across the street. And is that your truck?
Yeah, that looks like my truck.
And there's another picture.
Yeah, no, that's my truck.
That's your truck?
Yeah.
Okay. So that shows about 15:20.
I might be off my timestamps. The only timestamp that I personally have is on my phone of what time I called her when I got on her. So
that's 2 hours.
It's literally the entire time I was with her, I was not on my phone.
Do you see where...
I can see where there could be concern.
As detectives lay out the DNA and CCTV evidence, Bryce's carefully crafted story begins to unravel. Yet he stays eerily calm, almost detached. That composure can signal deep deception when someone lies so often they begin convincing themselves they're truly innocent.
Footage that appears your truck kept going out Boyd Kennedy Road.
I didn't go down Boyd Kennedy Road.
I just want to kind of clear everything up and get your explanation for this, okay? Because you seem like a decent guy. We've been sitting here chatting and stuff like that, okay? And I just want to kind of help you through this so that way we can kind of explain this stuff. So
I lied because I was scared of people thinking it was going to be me, which a lot of people still do.
That's understandable.
You're the last person to see her alive.
Yeah, which honestly scares me, but I see that there's issues with me not telling 100%.
You need to be 100% honest. And you need to let everything out.
We located some items, or an item. Okay. Do you have any idea what that item might be?
No.
Okay. What if I told you that it had both yours and Brittany's DNA on it?
What would that be?
Do you have any idea?
No.
Now's the time to be truthful.
I'm being 100% sir. I don't know what you're referring to.
Now, you told me before that you and Brittany had never been intimate in this way.
No.
Okay, what if I said I had evidence that shows that that might not be accurate either?
I'm not lying. I've never kissed. I've never had Brittany. Besides hugging and I've never had any intimate relationship with Brittany.
Okay. Have you ever watched TV and seen DNA comparisons?
No. I mean, I've watched crime shows, but haven't really paid attention to it.
So, you gave a DNA sample, right?
Yes.
Okay. We found a condom. All right. And we found Brittany. And we have Brittany's DNA. Okay. We have your DNA. And we have a condom.
That can't be.
It is.
Okay.
Listen.
I've never had sex with Brittany. I swear. I've never had sex with me.
Okay. So then explain to me how...
I don't know. I'm freaking out right now because I've never had Brittany.
Okay.
I've never had
explain
sex.
to me how a condom has your DNA on the inside and her DNA on the outside. Because that doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense, and I don't...
And you can understand my concerns that, you know, I've been truthful with you, okay? And I know,
Sure.
I know this is really stressful, okay? I can't imagine where you're at, all right? But we'll get through this together, okay? And I need you to help me help you, all right? And the biggest concern I have is you could see that we have some footage that kind of contradicts what you said.
Yes, sir.
You've got a condom that was recovered near Brittany's body. And it has DNA on it with both you and Brittany. Okay? And you told me that you guys had never been intimate.
And you have a pattern now of lying. You were deceptive to Detective Fisher because you got scared. You just admitted that.
I admitted I was
and
scared, yes.
Your timeline doesn't match up. The other people we've talked to, their stories don't match with yours.
What do you mean they don't match with mine? Am I allowed to ask that or no?
No, absolutely.
No, you can ask.
Yeah, there's just some issues with the time, okay, and things like that. But the thing I'm concerned about right now is if you were in my perspective and you looked at all this, what would you think?
That I did it to Brittany.
Okay. If you were me, okay, how would you explain the condom?
You guys trying to get a confession with me killing Brittany?
I'm trying to figure out how your DNA got on a condom on the inside that has her DNA on the outside. I need to figure out what happened with that condom.
Our job is to work as hard to prove innocence as it is guilt. If you didn't do this, we'll work to the end of the earth to prove that you didn't do this. Okay. But that requires 100% honesty on your end because the stuff we have indicates it hasn't been there.
It was extremely odd. Brittany was being literally the only time Brittany was being really flirty for some reason throughout that day. So I had gotten it was through a condom. After I was done, she was the one who took the condom and then thought she threw it out of the truck. And then that's...
Where did that happen at?
That first road all the way down Boyd.
And that happened about right here?
Yeah.
When I was at the scene with Brittany, I found a condom, or one of our people found a condom that was where Brittany was at. And there was also a condom wrapper that was on the roadway as well.
Okay.
And that condom that I told you about was much closer to where Brittany was found. And this is not where Brittany was found. Okay, I just told you, I just want the truth.
No, I'm telling the truth. That's where it happened.
From the position I sit in, okay, like I said, there's only that one chance that you have with me to tell me the truth. Because so far, you haven't told me the truth. And I think we both know that.
Her texting her friend actually did happen, and she asked me to drop her off with somebody, but I don't know who it was. And he actually had met us on Boyd, and I didn't actually meet the guy or anything, but because he met us up here, I don't know where, somewhere over here is where Brittany actually had dropped her off. I literally dropped her off.
It's okay, we'll get through this together.
Everything that I've told, except mess ups on the timeline, is true. That was the exact same truck that I saw. I honestly couldn't tell you how the gun was that close to Brittany's body. I don't know how that happened.
You've told us several different versions, okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you really expect me to believe that you met a guy after you guys had and you just dropped Brittany off with him, and you don't know who that was?
Didn't even know the kid was back in town. It was the Chaz Randall kid is the one who picked her up. Kid's kind of distinguishable, but...
So you're telling me Chaz Randall met you on the road? I told you.
What?
And you've known that Chaz Randall killed Brittany all this time, and you're just waiting to say something? Do you let yourself be the last person to see her alive? You expect us to believe that I was the last person to see her alive. I've put myself in that position, and I'm going to sit here for a week and a half letting everybody think I was the last one to see her alive when I know who the last person to see her alive is. You think we're going to believe that? You're smarter than that.
I need to hear the truth.
She just asked me to drop her off at her friend's house in the trailer section. I went down the side of the trailer section around the corner. I pulled up and then asked her again if she just didn't want me to just take her back to Elko, and she said no, it was fine. I drove off home, went home, and then sat there, and then when I went back over to my mom's and I got text messages that she was missing and it freaked me out because, last time I saw Brittany I was flustered and angry. What?
Listen, okay?
You guys are just looking for a confession.
So you're still expecting us to believe that you dropped her off and her body miraculously appeared where the condom and condom wrapper were by some strange coincidence?
I did not kill Brittany.
She disappeared on the 8th. You've been sitting on this knowledge without saying anything to anybody?
Because I've had the entire town of Spring Creek asking me if I've killed Brittany.
And you might as well have if you didn't say anything.
So this is the story that you're going to stick with?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead.
On March 19th, 2020, Bryce Dickey was arrested and charged with murdering his 16-year-old friend, Brittany. When Alicia and Jim heard, they rushed to the sheriff's office, struggling to process the betrayal. Bryce was someone Brittany trusted, someone they all welcomed into their lives. James was stunned. Soon, Snapchat memories and GPS data placed Bryce with Brittany near the crime scene, long after he claimed he dropped her off. 2 years later, Bryce stood trial for rape and murder. Jim attended every day, enduring painful testimony. Friends revealed Brittany had rejected Bryce's romantic feelings. After 9 days, the jury deliberated just 4 hours guilty on all counts. He received life with parole possible after 46 years. James later said everything he does is for Brittany, whose bright future was stolen by betrayal.